Hi, I'm Ethan, otherwise known as Utica.
And I'm Twink.
And you're watching The Stitch.
Girl, I start every episode with, this one's been crazy, but this one's been weird.
The Unconventional Materials Challenge is one of the most coveted and most anticipated challenges in all of Project Runway. People look forward to this one. They really want to see what the designers can do with the craziest materials.
It tests the designer's creativity. It isn't just technical prowess now. It's what can you make from crap?
As you can see here.
Every week we've been inspired by the theme of the runway. So unconventional materials, would you like to start what you're doing unconventionally this week?
Well, so my beautiful mom helped me hand sew all these little appliques on this garment. I wanted to show her off, and I love her so much. So being able to sit and sew with your mom, I think is fun.
Yes. No, I said shout out.
Shout out.
Shout out grandma.
Grandma, my mom.
Well, my grandma.
Oh,
What you were supposed to say is that you're pushing drag to the boundaries and being subversive by being out of drag. And that's what's unconventional about this week's look.
baby.
Now, I'm wearing unconventional materials. This outfit is actually made, I found this old tarp at the beach. It's made from the lining of that.
What?
Yeah.
Where's the tarp?
I found the tarp underneath a Jeep truck.
No. Where's the tarp?
This is all tarp.
No, you're lying.
I'm lying. This is all
Damn it. Because I believe you because you got that wig under a fucking Jeep.
Yeah. Well, speaking of not doing drag, the start of this episode was so traumatic, it seems like you might have to quit. We open up in the Interior Delusions Lounge, and Yuchin is cradling you like a giant cross-dressing baby.
I was devastated. So was Yuchin. Yuchin was like, my guy/girl is going home. I feel like we're really becoming so close in this competition. And he's so talented.
It's a bottom three, but Joan is announced safe, leaving you and Angelo as the bottom two. Mm-hmm. Can you be honest? Did you really think that there was a possibility they would send you home here?
I think there's a strong possibility for sure. I tanked my team. We just did not hit the brief. Send the drag queen home as the drag queen. That's kind of iconic.
Why don't you toss on this wig so we can be mean to you?
Baby.
The bottom two is you and Angelo, but thank God for our algorithm, Angelo is sent home.
Yeah. It was devastating.
Yeah.
He's been trying to find his voice in the competition, and he's doing this for his little girl. I remember that Heidi came up to us and was like, if it was up to me, I'd be sending you home tonight. Meeting him and seeing his work on the show, he's really good at big, bold choices when it comes to streetwear and sophistication. The group challenges, they just got him. I really wanted to see what he would have done on his own.
I find it, I guess, strange that he was able to, talk about his adorable daughter on camera, but you weren't able to talk about yours, and I'm younger and prettier. Christian enters the Interior Delusions Lounge and announces that the houses have burnt down.
I am so glad that we finally get to now break out into our individuality. I'll be honest though, I think I've been killing it even in the group challenges.
But it's emotional whiplash because the next challenge starts right now. The pacing this episode is crazy.
Yeah. We did this just crazy elimination day at the morning,
yeah.
Right? And I had to get out of full drag, get back into a look. They're all waiting on me. And now we're going into another challenge. And it's starting to get late. Dark out. I'm like, thank goodness we have such high rapport with the other designers. They made it so fun. But also I was like...
La Roche enters the room to drive you all to school.
Law's gonna take you guys on a field trip. What could go wrong? Good luck!
Seatbelts, everyone! Please let this be a normal field trip.
With style architect La Roche?
No way!
Cruising on down Main Street.
After all of that, you're dropped off. You walk into a school gymnasium. A science fair is set up. The stars of Abbott Elementary, Lisa Ann Walters, and Gay Guy walk out to present.
A ginger gay guy.
They're there to announce that you will be ransacking these poor kids' projects. What was the first thing that you saw that was like, this is mine?
There was a insect table. And so I did grab all the butterflies
Okay,
first.
Daya.
But baby.
Yeah.
But I didn't initially think of the butterflies as the main motif. yet. So I grabbed those. I grabbed a bunch of slinkies. There was a table of all of these prisms and crystals.
Ooh.
And like, yeah, so I grabbed all of those
That would've been
rocks.
sick.
Yeah, because I was like, ooh, I could put some sparkle into this. After that, I got those main things that I wanted. I just started grabbing everything I could think of. Like, just when you're building an unconventional material, look, you need as much stuff as possible, because
Yes.
you need to cover a body, and like, you don't know what size the body is. You could run out halfway through and the look is not complete.
Who was it that was like hoarding everything? It was
Joseph
grabbing handfuls of shit.
Zeus, Madeline just
Oh.
sauntering around like,
Girl,
I'll figure it out.
It is
I love it.
crazy high energy. Everyone's screaming and pushing each other except Madeline. Madeline is Charlie Brown across the workroom. You know how he's like,
She's chill. She just wants like a glass of wine.
she's like pissed off at the energy. This Amish woman in her braids just looking at the gay people run. Oh.
I wore heels that day and I was clomping around in heels.
I thought you were out of drag.
Boom, boom, boom. What?
I love a science fair. Do you?
I love a science fair.
I actually brought a presentation.
Is the school library open? Is the school science fair open?
You know what? I think I'll save my presentation for a little bit later, actually. Just wanted to bring it up.
I want to see.
You'll have to wait. You're all driven back to the workroom, and VJ notices that the twins are kind of working together in tandem. Do you think this is fair?
I think they're both doing very different looks, and they're both getting the work done and killing it. This is a hard challenge. You have to like take things apart to make a new textile. You have to cover shapes with the weird things. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of frustration in the room. And me and the twins have pretty good rapport. I've been noticing on their program that they are like pinning me and Jesus up against each other in the confessionals.
Yeah.
Which is not the case in real life. Like, we are so tight. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm talking about your butt.
No.
You're in the workroom starting your piece for the first time. What was your first idea for the direction of it?
Yeah, so I looked at all of my materials and I just was like, okay, what do I have the most of? What can I make work? I, of course, am obsessed with Alexander McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
I love Effie Trinket. I've got the materials. They're really easy to work with. I think this is it. You know, Alexander being in my design bones, I was like, this is just presenting itself in front of me. I run the risk in this challenge of, do I make the whole look out of the unconventional materials that I had, or build something to put it on so the structure is there? I want it to last a long time if I'm going to pay homage to one of my heroes. So I took a large amount of the time and I built a really good fitting base. I really have to make sure that I do this right, or else they're going to clock me for just sticking a bunch of butterflies on a base.
Well, a person did kind of clock you, because Christian walks in with a yard ruler, 3 times his size, comes up to you and says, it's not going to be unconventional if it's just fabric. I think that's dumb as fuck, because you're building a shell. Everybody knows what that is. If you want a nice dress that's going to fit, you need a nice dress that's going to fit, and then you can glue the shit to it.
You got to elevate the materials, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like in my head, being able to showcase the materials, they need something to sit on.
I love something to sit on.
Baby.
As I've asked every week so far, what's the most helpful piece of advice Christian gave to you this week?
He knows that I'm building a base.
That's
and
exactly
he
it.
knows that all the butterflies are not on yet. There are moments when I'm like, hello.
He's playing a role, but this show already has that role in La Roche, who is doing it stronger. Christian, do yourself a favor and be the designer here. Because La Roche's harsh critiques are cool because he's a stylist and he's like, his job is to have that eye. Christian is in the workroom while you're making stuff. He should be there to help you. Without Tim Gunn, this is just a lot of gay people being mean to each other.
No, literally. Like, I love seeing the judges. But
Sarah
like,
Foster.
the reason why we're watching The people are watching the show because of the contestant. Please prioritize us. If this is going to be the new revamped season and they're going to move into this new era, fix it.
So it's the last day. The runway's about to happen in 3 hours. Christian walks in and announces in a major twist that the runway will be happening in the workroom.
Here we go, baby.
I love that he phrases these faults of production like, we planned this from the start. Or did you forget to mop the runway?
This is the first time I think they've done it in the workroom.
There's a
It's
reason
kind of
why.
iconic.
Kind of iconic. Sorry, I'll let you.
I mean, in a way, it's cool. Like, you know, we made them there. If it was up to me, some of these don't look the best in the overhead lighting. But, I mean, I like the little kaleidoscope filter that they put over it, making all the lights look sparkly. But
Yeah.
we're there to see the looks.
I love a last-ditch effort.
Also, they don't have chairs.
The judges have to sit on tables, which brings me to another thing. Christian announces, in another major twist that was totally planned, there will only be one judge this week. Heidi Klum and Sarah Foster ran away together, leaving only La Roche to be this week's judge.
That's so gaggy. You know, we're doing the most anticipated challenge, and he's a stylist. I know that we're all shaking in our boots because is this going to be judged as like ready to wear? Is it going to be like the most grand? Like, we have no idea. And there's only one. We only have one person's opinion and a little twink whispering in his ear.
Kicking his feet on the tables. I know it's tough that there's only one person's opinion on these runways, but we've got two. So let's find out personally if we stitch it
Or we ditch it. So first we have Yu Chin, Miss Soccer Balls. I think that, you know, he implicated the use of color really well. The tasteful underboob and the like everything is barely covered. Me and him worked on the headpiece together. He was trying it on my head a bunch and we were like chatting through it. It's solely using the unconventional materials, which I think is a big plus.
My
He's so
favorite
good.
part about this entire look is the glass. The one eye is so cunty.
It's really cool.
I think if the boots came up a bit higher, that would
Thigh high.
yeah,
he
and
did.
just had some like drape to the top where it's like scrunchy. That I think would bring it to this like pop star cuntiness that the eye brings it to. But this is sick. This is a complete stitch from me. Up next we have VJ. I love that it's like creating a lace. It gives Iris Van Herpen in a way. What I think would push this even farther is if there was more three-dimensional elements. Shuttlecocks themselves come in pre-ruffled kind of, and I think that would be really great to go on the hip or on an arm or something.
I think some of the coolest ideas have that sense of ease to
Yeah.
them where they're like, it's just two materials. I think that she really got that illusion of lace, and not only reads lace, but it still reads shuttlecocks.
I see that.
So yeah, I think she did a good job this week.
To me, stitch.
Oh, total stitch. Now we have Madeline.
From Amish to this.
I don't like it.
This is crazy.
She went from like using these silver motifs and adding moss. She was on to something with this, but I think this was a last stitch effort to just cover the body.
I think that there needs to be a thing on the head. There needs to be a delineation of the triangle length or shape. It could be an ombre. If these were implemented as paillettes, there just needs to be like a reason for those things to be there. And right now there's not. It's just to cover a skirt and top.
Yeah.
It's a ditch.
I think if there was a flow to the shapes rather than a burst, then it would have been a different story. But unfortunately, I'm gonna ditch it.
And now up next we have Joseph McCrae.
All day, baby.
I think this look is sensational. I could see this on Lady Gaga. The styling is what makes me go,
Sexy teacher, baby.
totally.
I love it.
The one glove.
The one glove.
The pencil. Wait.
The pencil, the glasses. I think she's got like a clip earring, like a paper clip earring.
Cute.
The back. The
Yeah.
lacing of the
The
back.
lacing. The way the laces drape to and fall.
I love it.
Spoiler, I don't understand how this isn't in the top.
Yeah, it's so cool. I think that he was really smart to use the banner. However, the critique of it not being unconventional, that's what they gave us. And it was literally in the air. I don't know why they poo-pooed on him so hard.
I don't understand that at all.
These are big words on a banner, and he made it look like an abstract textile.
Yeah.
That's sickening.
It's a stitch.
It's a total stitch for me. And now we have Belania.
I appreciate that as of right now, it's like one of the most wearable pieces. I think for this prompt specifically, it's cool to have garments that come off as ready to wear. Appreciate the bucket hat. I think it brings it to a style place. But if I blur my eyes, it's kind of a fedora and it looks like plastic rainbow Liza Minnelli.
I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like it. It looks like duct tape. I don't like the bag. I don't think that it is like innovative. I do want to applaud her with making her own textile. That was very impressive that she laid it all out and like sewed it all together. I'm not crazy about this look. I'm gonna ditch it.
I'm gonna stitch it because of her past work is so impressive. All of them lined up next to each other. This one almost feels like, look what I can also do if I have to. I'm gonna tentatively stitch it. Also because I'm like biased towards Belania. I love her.
Sometimes I find ready to wear to be so boring, so I'm gonna ditch it. And now we have Jesus. I love it.
Mad Max does the 90s.
Baby, it's so JoJo Siwa.
Yo, it is.
Like I love the like little zip ties in the hair, the little jacket. It's punk. It's cool. I really like how he took all the volleyballs, cut them all apart, and he just made his own textile and fitting like the curves of the body with all of that.
The only critique I have is just like a presentational thing. I would love if the jacket came off, and I wonder if it was to hide something in the dress.
I think he just kept it on as a style.
Well, then I don't like that.
He made his own leather textile. That's amazing. I'm gonna stitch it. I think it's amazing.
Same. I think it's so clean and cool. Stitch. Up next, we have Joan, who made this piece out of popsicle sticks and cardboard. I like the idea of spray painting it black to hide the fact that it's those things. I think the placement of the popsicle sticks was misguided. Shocking turn of events. Christian gave great advice. These ought to have been woven.
I remember helping her out with this look. She was like, I don't know how I'm gonna manipulate these materials. And I have like a hole punch, and I was like, oh, you could punch a hole and sew them all together, or we could do it that way.
Ooh, like a fringe too. It'd be cute.
She was thinking of doing a fringe.
Well, fringe from you. She was probably like, I'm sure you think that's cute.
Baby.
Yeah, nice try, Ethan.
I see where her head is at with this.
I think what she got right though is the styling. Like I can totally see who this person is. I can see what her inspirations were, and that's a lot more than I can say for some other people. But unfortunately, altogether, it's a ditch.
I'm gonna ditch it. Now we have me.
Girl, before you gush about yourself, this is so sickening. What a comeback.
I ate this up.
It's so colorful, but it's so dark. You know what? It's very Utica.
I would wear this as a queen in a heartbeat.
Yes,
Yeah.
you should do drag.
So yeah, this is my like love letter to Alexander McQueen. I've made of zip ties, the butterfly magnets. I made butterflies out of straws. I took Christian's advice. I started running out of the butterflies up top. And so I like had to make my own butterfly motifs moving down the dress.
Yes, I love those so much.
I made a headpiece. I wanted it to just like have the butterflies fly up the body and out the top of the head. Made rings. I made earrings. I did shoes. Like every last inch of this girl, I wanted to just fly off her body. I achieved a little under boob pocket.
Yes, I saw. Good.
That was my favorite part of the look, that I just got this little underneath. Oh, what a way to come back.
Complete ditch. I mean, that was literally not on purpose. Complete stitch. Now, up next we have Antonio. It's kind of like Glinda goes to a 90s rave in an ugly boot. I actually love the bubbles. I think the jacket is like weird and cool. I don't know, like it's a inspired outfit, I think.
Yeah. I feel like I could get this look like at Akira. I think this look would have been better with just like a clear stiletto. You know, match that clear bubble energy that's happening up top and let the pink be the pop color. However, I don't know if a boot makes a whole look, bottom worthy.
I think it's a stitch.
Yeah, I think it's a stitch for sure.
That was everyone. So I got to ask you, who is your top stitch of the week?
Well,
Besides yourself?
I would say my top stitch of the week it's probably Yuchen. It's simple. It uses the unconventional materials really well. Working side by side with him, it really was a great time. And seeing him put together, there was a sense of ease to it.
I'd have to say, I mean, girl, not just because I'm biased, but yours tore so sensationally. But my other runner-ups, Yuchen, and a special shout out to Joseph McRae. It was different than anyone else's. It felt robotic, streetwear. I really was drawn to that a lot.
Yeah, he definitely gets an honorable mention.
La Roche announces Yuchen as the winner.
Congratulations, baby.
Great, but straight out the gate without any other deliberation, without any context of who's in the top, it's so awkward. Then when he calls you up next, it's like less thrilling.
Yeah, I was like, great.
And
Thanks.
after the shit they put you through last week, and it's just a casual like, oh, by the way, that was nice. The fuck?
I was gagged. Be a normal competition show, a little bit. You know, like this whole episode has been turned upside down. One judge in the workroom announcing the winner first.
One other person is called in the top, and that is VJ. I don't entirely agree. I thought it was a great implementation of turning the unconventional material into a textile.
I agree. I think that VJ did really well this week. We have a solid top 3 this week.
But then the bottom 3 are Joseph McRae, Joan, and Antonio. I don't agree with 2 of the 3.
Antonio did a great job, and I think that they're just trying to flex this like law being there as a stylist pants. Like, I don't think that Joseph should be in the bottom.
I think Joseph should be in the top.
For sure.
And then it's revealed that the designers get to vote one person out of the bottom 3 to be sent home, and the room is sent into chaos.
Chaos.
You have a very deep, serious conversation about who you are all going to vote for. It gets really, like, dark.
This was fucked up. I really don't agree with how this was all done. I don't think that it was fair that we only had one judge. I don't think it's fair that this all got turned on us. Also, who are we to judge each other's looks in this way?
Yeah, we would never do that. Subscribe.
You could agree and also disagree with a lot of these critiques that are in the room. I think, crying over a circle skirt is crazy. I get that we are all trying to elevate the show, but I also think that they're really intimidated by Joseph, and that's why they put him under the firing squad. He's so innovative. He is making big, bold choices. I think they just want him gone. With Antonio, we have this big opportunity where we could split up the twins. I wonder if production planned for that. They want this anticipation of, oh no, because it doesn't feel fair.
It feels so hard to be putting this pressure on designers that aren't really built for this type of TV. It doesn't feel like this show has acted like this before, and I've actually been doing some research into this field in a scientific way. I love a science fair. Do you?
I love a science fair.
I actually brought a presentation.
Oh!
I've been doing my science fair presentation on the effects of messy production on introverted designers and how it affects them mentally. All of these people are too sweet for this type of TV, and it is not fair scientifically.
No, seriously, this is messy. Both physically and...
Fuck off.
I will tell you, we refused to vote.
Oh, sickening.
So you want to talk about messy?
Don't cry.
They brought in producers while we were all breaking down and stood around us and did the strong arm technique of like, no. Belania and I and Madeline were like, no, we're not voting. I disagree with what VJ said, that it's an insult to the competition, because
that was a little hard.
I think that was really harsh.
It does seem like there are factions. There's a split, and I know how you're gonna vote, I think, unless she's a fake bitch, which, you know what?
This is why Derek don't like you.
We'll have to find out next week.
I'm really interested to see who goes home. I wouldn't
Sure you
know.
are, liar. What? No, like, I'm really interested. We'll have to wait until next week to find out who you voted for. But make sure to catch an all-new episode of Project Runway this Thursday. But you'll find us when?
You'll see us on Wednesday.
But in between then, make sure to follow her everywhere at Utica Queen. And make sure to follow me at twinktrash. Guys, you might already know this, but I'm a YouTuber. Me, all the editing, all the stuff here, I did a lot of that.
Sickening.
Okay!
She's killing it, y'all. So this is such a honor to do this with you, and I'm so obsessed with you. So
love you.
good job.
Good job. I have a channel where I do a lot of cool stuff, fun stuff. Check it out. There's the pinned comment down below is it, and give me attention, okay? We will see you next Wednesday where we find out
What's the stitch?
Wait, who am I? I'm Aunt Gladdy in the woods.
I cannot wait to watch that with you.
It's
I cannot wait.